Please welcome Chris Hogan. Chris.
Thank you, my friend.
Great having you here.
Thank you.
Most people think millionaires are people who inherited all their money, and they think, I can never have that kind of net worth.
No, you're absolutely right. And if you believe that myth, then if you don't stand to get an inheritance, you don't think it's available to you. So we talked to over 10,000 millionaires around the country.
10,000?
10,000.
Didn't know there were that many.
There's a whole lot of them out there. But here's the truth. People believe that wealthy people inherited all their money. The truth is only 21% of the millionaires that we talked to received an inheritance.
Really?
Only 21%, only 16% inherited 100,000 or more. So what that means is a vast majority of people built wealth on their own. They're regular men and women that are working hard.
So what you're saying is that this is not something that is out of reach for just a typical American who would like to be able to do better in life than maybe his or her parents.
That's right. Well, there are over 800 scriptures about money, right, in the Bible. And so that tells us something, that money can be one of those things that can trip us up if we're not aware of it. Number one, the Lord owns it, right? I'm not confused. My job is to be a good steward and a manager of it. But it does allow me to be able to help people. Broke people can't help people. They're not able to help.
Yeah.
And so looking at this, the mindset is not looking at it as a God or as something that you want to worship, but it's something to use as a tool that allows us to take care of our family, but to also support other people and communities around the country.
I'm watching some of these people in the audience, they're licking their lips, they say, okay, great, now tell me how I can do it. But are there some steps? If a person said, I'd like to start doing better, I want to be a better financial manager of the resources that God has given me, what immediate thing should a person do?
I think first and foremost is start to believe that you can. You know, we're not the result of our failures, we're the result of our new decisions. So new year, new you, make some decisions. Learn these skills you need, budgeting, getting yourself out of debt, because when you get out of debt, you give yourself a raise. Learning how to save.
Whoa, I love that. Say that again, because that is powerful.
Oh, when you get out of debt, you give yourself a raise.
Great thought, yeah.
Money's not going to the credit card companies. I almost said one of the names. I'm not going to get in trouble. But imagine, I mean, that money gets to stay with you when it doesn't have to go to other people.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go talk to your boss about getting a raise or anything. Give yourself a raise by getting out of debt. So if you start to budget, you get yourself out of debt, you're saving and you're investing, those are 4 things you can start to do right now to put yourself on a better path financially.
Do people have to give most of what they earn into a savings account in order to have a decent kind of plan? Or can they still enjoy life?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. I tell people, once you get out of debt and you give yourself a 3 to 6 months emergency fund, I want you to start investing 15% of your income. 15%, that still leaves a whole other amount for you to live on. But I'm glad you asked that, because people think, well, Chris, you and Dave don't want anybody to have any fun.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want us to have no stuff. And I say, no, that's not true. I don't want stuff to have you. And when you're working hard to pay on debt, that's when stuff has you. So save up, pay cash, enjoy your life, but let's prepare for the future. Social Security is not going to be enough to take care of us. It's just not. It's going to be insolvent by 2034. So what we have to do is be prepared, and let's take care of ourselves.
You know, I think it's simple advice, but it may be so simple that people think it won't work. But you're talking about in this book, people who have used this simple idea that you have discussed, and you've talked over 10,000 of them.
That's right.
And that's what they've done.
That's exactly what they've done. We also found some key attributes from these people. They take personal responsibility. They're intentional with their finances. They're goal-oriented. They're hardworking, and they know that building wealth takes time. Those are 5 things anybody can do. There's a few stories in here of people that were homeless at some point. How do you go from homeless to having a net worth of over $1 million? It's by being responsible for yourself, not having a victim mentality, but believing you can do it.
That it's never too early to start planning for your financial security. And Everyday Millionaires, this book right here, tells you how. You can find the book, as well as Chris's radio show, his tour schedule, and lots of free extras at ChrisHogan360.com. Also, look for him on all major social media sites at ChrisHogan360. This is simple, practical, useful advice. Beginning of a new year, great time to start this kind of process.